Hey everyone, I am Peter from Top Think, and today we are going to learn about the warrior mentality. Now, let's begin. The warrior mentality is a life-changing shift in mindset that sculpts your attitude, behavior, and future. But where did the warrior mentality come from? It has actually been around for thousands of years, fostered by ancient warriors who sacrificed everything to protect their homes and families. Think back to the Greek city of Sparta, whose soldiers worked since they were children to hone a disciplined, fearless mind. Do you think these intrepid warriors cared what people thought about them or lacked the confidence to lead? No, the Spartans constantly improved their physical and mental forms, making them some of history's most powerful and courageous warriors. While the warrior mentality is not about violence or aggression, you have to learn how to go to war for yourself and the people you care about every single day. The truth is that most successful warriors treat life like a battlefield, full of harmful obstacles that you need to overcome to succeed. They are constantly fighting against others and themselves to move forward, be productive, and persevere through hardship. Warriors are adaptable, capable, and audacious because they know they will always emerge triumphant. But warriors don't just charge headlong into danger because controlling your passion is almost as important as having it. Warriors show a unique restraint that only a select few people in the world actually use because they take their decisions seriously. Now that you know what a warrior looks like, how do you actually become one? What changes can you make in your life to nurture this unstoppable mentality? Let's explore 5 strategies you can use to bring out the warrior within. Number 1, learn when to be selfish. In Sun Tzu's Art of War, a legendary collection of military tactics, he highlights one of the most important traits a successful general can have: selfishness. For Sun Tzu, this meant avoiding dangerous scenarios, choosing to save your soldiers instead of risking their lives unnecessarily. For an emerging warrior, this timeless advice means learning how and when to say no, turning people down when the opportunity does not directly benefit you. Warriors know how to pick their battles so that they aren't taken advantage of or trapped in lose-lose situations. Their objective is to constantly move forward, which means every decision should promote your own success, not the success of the people around you. Don't be afraid to stand up for yourself, even if it means disappointing others. Warriors don't let guilt or social pressure force them into anything, ensuring that every risk they take is calculated and autonomous. But even if you make every choice independently, there will always be one more person trying to convince you to walk the wrong path, and that person is you. Even the most practiced warriors battle with themselves every day over pleasure or pain, whether they should enjoy the short term or work for the long term. The key is resisting the temptation to jump into things that sound fun, interesting, or easy. Just because you're excited about it doesn't mean it is actually beneficial for you. Whether it's a job or a relationship, warriors learn the difference between a good decision and a fun one. There is something to be said for doing what makes you happy, but the warrior mentality is about achieving lasting results, not short bursts of pleasure. Number 2, stimulate endorphins. Have you ever wondered why you feel so great after a solid workout, almost like you could conquer the world right then and there? Well, this is actually a unique phenomenon known as a runner's high, which is a flood of neurological hormones called endorphins that trigger euphoric sensations and inhibit pain. These hormones can alter your mood and mindset for hours after the initial rush, meaning one runner's high can keep you going strong for the rest of the day. So how does this relate to the warrior mentality? To achieve their high level of productivity and efficiency, warriors try to work in the zone or at their highest potential. They are able to focus so intensely because their bodies and minds are prepared for success. One of the most effective ways to make sure that you always operate at your best is to incorporate an endorphin rush into your daily routine. Not only does this nurture your physical health, but these hormones also promote productivity, goal setting, and, most importantly, concentration. As we've discussed in previous videos, the first few hours of the day set the tone for the rest. So, by kicking off each morning with a rush of positivity, you can be decisive, fight hard, and think clearly all day. Number 3, mental toughness and awareness. The warrior mindset is about more than just productivity and efficiency, because in order to maintain your successes, you have to develop both mental toughness and mental awareness. Toughness refers to your ability to persevere through hardship or failure, motivating you to try again when anyone else might give up. This is one of the most important characteristics for a warrior to have, because before you overcome an obstacle, you have to hit it. If you're unable to get back up again after that initial failure, you'll never improve or succeed. Mental awareness is our ability to step back and look at ourselves objectively. Warriors use their awareness to solidify priorities, address anxieties, and identify mental or emotional challenges, which would normally stand in their way. These two critical traits have one thing in common: they both require you to change. Becoming a warrior is not something you can do by simply stagnating. In fact, shallow, unmoving pride can completely ruin your chances of bettering yourself. Egotism is, in most cases, how your mind covers up deeply ingrained insecurities, so you are only hurting yourself by keeping them hidden. You have to learn to unearth your flaws, because everyone, no matter who you are, has them. While the process of self-improvement never actually ends, each step will help you find confidence and mental strength. You will become more comfortable under pressure, believe in your own ability, and learn to resist distractions. Otherwise, in the midst of war, you'll be worrying about failure or indecision instead of carving out your path to victory. Number 4, stay true to your future self. How many times have you found yourself picturing your own life in 10 years? Have you thought about what job you'll have, who you'll be in a relationship with, what car you'll drive? The answers to these questions, and countless others, comprise what psychologists call a future self, one mental conception of what our life might look like down the road. For many of us, we imagine a new future self every single day, identifying so many different versions of us that we aren't quite sure where we're going. Warriors, on the other hand, learn how to define their future self, supplying the direction and specificity they need to actually get there. They use their future self as a goal, not just a daydream or a fun little fantasy. It is a constant reminder of where they are going and why they are trying so hard to get there. The first step is to make your future self concrete. You can start by writing down your goals for work, exercise, or even relationships. Then identify the actual steps you need to take to achieve each one. This way, you craft your own obtainable future instead of just falling into a random one. You should also accept early on that any future you choose won't be easy, and if it is, chances are you haven't set your goals high enough. You will and should run into obstacles along the way, but each one will help you grow as an individual, shaping you into a warrior worthy of the future you made. Number 5, learn from pain. To become a true warrior, you have to understand how to learn from suffering. A critical mistake that emerging warriors make is that they believe that their path will always go downhill. But the truth is that the road to your future will have ups and downs. Some will be steeper than others. Some will be harder than anything you could have possibly imagined, which makes it even more important that you learn to treat every uphill battle as a chance to grow. Difficult challenges offer us a unique opportunity to discover our limits and push beyond them. Say you take on a project that you feel completely unprepared for. You can either give up before you've even started, or power through the uncertainty, expand your horizons, and accomplish something you never thought you could. Suddenly, your limits are wider than before, and next time, you can set your sights on something even bigger. This process becomes more natural and rewarding as you get accustomed to wielding the warrior mindset. But the first challenge is often the most daunting. This happens for a number of reasons. Beginners tend to set their expectations too high, become impatient, or struggle to commit to the change. They may be scared of the initial pain or are just unable to set aside their destructive habits. However, to become a warrior, you have to come to terms with the lack of short-term rewards. You won't feel much different after one day. You won't notice an immediate change in your body or mind. In fact, you'll probably feel worse than before. This is why planning and learning are so important to an emerging warrior, because so many of your bad habits will try to keep you down. So every time you're in pain or feeling discouraged, remember to focus on